Welcome back to the Rapid Rundown. It's day 31 of Trump's second term, and let's break down today's top 3 stories together. Number 1. Elon Musk feud with the ISS astronauts. Elon Musk is facing backlash after publicly calling former ISS commander Andreas Mogenson's comments fully retarded. The conflict began when Musk accused the Biden administration of leaving 2 NASA astronauts stranded on the ISS for political reasons. Mogensen, who has first-hand experience aboard the ISS, criticized Musk's remarks, labeling them as misleading. Despite Musk's statements, NASA plans remain unaffected. SpaceX Dragon spacecraft is already docked with the ISS and is scheduled to return astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore to Earth in March, as planned since September. Number 2. Dow drops 450 points amid inflation and tariff fears. Turning to the markets, the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped by 450 points today, reflecting growing concerns over inflation and trade tensions. Walmart, the nation's largest retailer, has sounded the alarm on the state of the economy, warning that rising costs for goods and labor are pressuring consumer spending. With inflation showing no signs of slowing down, coupled with fears of increased tariffs impacting U.S. businesses, the stock market is feeling the strain. Walmart's warning has added to the unease as many investors worry that higher costs will hurt consumer demand, slowing down overall economic growth. Number 3. Trump's approval ratings drop. Several polls released today reveal a steady decline, with only 45% of Americans approving of his job performance and 53% disapproving. The poll also highlights that 57% of Americans believe Trump has overstepped his constitutional authority as president. It also highlights that 57% of Americans believe Trump has overstepped his constitutional authority as president. Further, 62% of respondents stated that they do not consider Trump to be honest and trustworthy.
Worst day of polling for Donald Trump during his entire second term in office. What am I talking about here? Take a look at Trump's net approval rating. CNN, you see it on this side of the screen, -5. Gallup, -6. Ipsos, -7. Quinnipiac, -4. Negative, 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 negative. Underwater, 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 underwater. These 4 polls, all of them tell a consistent story, and that is Trump is on the negative side of the ledger. His net approval is negative. He is underwater like the Little Mermaid.
All right. What are the changes since the beginning of his term? January.
Right. All right. So we don't have a CNN poll to compare, but we do have the other 3 pollsters that we can look at. Trump's net approval rating, the change since January. Look at this. Gallup, down 5 points. Quinnipiac, down 7 points. Ipsos, down 13 points. They polled right at the beginning of his presidency, so not a big surprise that shows the worst change for Donald Trump. But the bottom line is this. Across the 4 new polls that we have, all of them have Trump in net negative approval rating, and the 3 in which we have a trend line, we see Donald Trump heading in the wrong direction, swimming upstream, you might say.
What is driving this? Like, what is making people so upset?
Yeah, one of Donald Trump's great strengths during his first term, one of Donald Trump's great strengths during the 2024 campaign was the economy, the idea that Donald Trump could fix the economy. This was one of Donald Trump's great strengths. Now it's one of his great weaknesses. What am I talking about? Trump's net approval rating. You go back to his first term, February 2017, Ipsos, he was at +16 points on his net approval. Quinnipiac, +6. Look at where he is now in Ipsos. He's 8 points underwater on the economy. Quinnipiac, 4 points under on the economy. I honestly never thought I'd see the day in which Donald Trump would be polling so poor on the economy, but that day is here. As I said last week, inflation ate the Joe Biden presidency alive, and right now it is very much the case that Donald Trump is in danger of inflation eating his presidency alive because his net approval ratings on the economy are underwater.
These numbers signal growing dissatisfaction across the country as questions about his leadership and integrity continue to take center stage. Our final thought this evening: fear and uncertainty aren't new to us. Our country has faced dark chapters before, times when it felt like odds were stacked too high and the weight of injustice too heavy. But every single time, we've pushed back, we've stood up, and we've proven that when we come together, we are stronger than any challenge that comes our way. This moment is no different. We will stand, we will fight, and we will move forward together. That's your rapid rundown for tonight. Stay informed, stay engaged, and as always, stay loud.